Good evening, dandies. Welcome to Undetermined, the podcast.
And he said, hey, yeah, I can't remember the name of the band he told me to check out now. Electric something.
Electric something.
Electric Six?
No, it's an Australian band with a female singer.
Yeah, he ran a whole bunch of those Australian like post-punk bands and stuff. But I was a little overwhelmed. I can't remember all of them.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Okay, well, I'm back.
You're back? No, you're all right, Steve, John, Steve.
Hello.
Hey, Steve.
How are you?
Good, man. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So we're really excited to have you on, man. It's kind of overdue for us to even have asked you. It seems like we've got a lot of familiar people between us, I think. So it's nice to finally have you on and get to know you a little bit. You want to tell us who you are so we can get that out? Sometimes we forget.
I'm Steve Tulipana. I don't know. I'm known for a handful of things, but I'm the co-proprietor of recordBar and miniBar and Lemonade Park, and I've also been a active touring and performing musician in Kansas City and around the country for about 30 years now. So
yeah, you're kind of a legend in these parts. Surely you know that.
I'm out there. I don't know. I always feel like a legend is something that's like you don't know if it's real or not. But I feel like I'm
right. But you're definitely, you have a reputation. I think you're somebody that most people are. If they don't know you, they know your name in this area in a good way.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be known
for sure. So you got you definitely recordBar. Love that. miniBar. Lemonade Park, I haven't had a chance to check out yet. And I really need to get around to it because it looks like a pretty sweet setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're really proud of it.
Yeah, really kind of an innovation.
Yeah.
Coping with the times.
Yeah, was that the main drive behind it? Or it's pretty new, isn't it? I mean, when did Lemonade Park start?
We started just about a year ago now. Last year during COVID, my friend Wes Gardner, he's the chef owner of Voltaire and Golden Ox. He had just gotten a lease on that parking lot before COVID hit. And, then there was, you're at half capacity. He didn't need all the space. And he knew we were kind of not doing anything. And he reached out and said, hey, I want you guys to help me do this outdoor venue. I'm like, you're crazy. No one's going to allow us to do this. And he said, I got an idea how to do it properly and safely. And so we went ahead with the idea, and it's been very successful. People feel safe and had no problems. And it saved our sanity, and it got a bunch of our employees work, which really helped.
Yeah. No, it sounds like a win-win, really. Are you planning on keeping it going once all the pandemic stuff settles down?
Yeah, but I believe so. Yeah. I mean, we'll go we have it booked out till October, till it gets too cold. And then we're due for a meeting to discuss what we're going to do next year. But Wes is really, he's the one that's invested in all the infrastructure that's there now. Last year it was it was pretty makeshift and DIY. And this year there's a proper bar and some outbuildings. And I think he's going to want to continue. And we just kind of need to figure out how we're going to do it, if we're going to do it together or how it's going to go.
That's good to hear.
Now, how long has the recordBar been at the new location?
6 years, I believe.
6 years.
Which is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost a year, so.
Yeah, that makes it weird, for sure. Trying to figure that out. Still hanging in there, everything downtown? And
yeah, we've had shows all this week. And we have a show tonight, actually. Load-in is at 4:00.
Oh. Who's playing tonight?
Tonight is a woman named Emmeline.
Oh,
she is it's not Emmeline Twist. It's not a local.
Okay. Yeah, that was where my head was going.
Yeah, it's some people have been confused by that. I feel remiss that I don't know where she's from, but she's kind of known in the jazz vocal world, and her newer stuff is a little more singer-songwriter, but that's kind of where she came out of. She's a young woman that's got a beautiful voice, and this is very nice music. And the locals of Tree are opening. It's Ben and Laurel Parks project, and they do this kind of Gothic Americana stuff with fiddle and acoustic guitar, and it's really beautiful.
Right on.
I'll have to check that out. Now, you've been turning me on to some stuff lately.
That's my favorite thing to do. Try to get people to listen to new stuff.
Yeah, we love to do that too. It's funny because when I was asking you what you listened to, one of the things that you threw out was one of the ones that we recommend all the time is Godzillionaire.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that new record's really great.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's insanely good. And they're already recording another one.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. I saw them at the miniBar, actually.
Oh, wow.
A while back. Man, I wish more people had been at that one. That was a really good lineup. It was them and who was Headlight Rivals and Rich Mattson.
Yeah, I think I was out of town that night. I wasn't there.
Yeah, that was the show you recorded, wasn't it?
Yeah, I recorded the Godzillionaire set. My arm was really numb by the end of it.
Diligently just sat there with an iPhone because I figured out nobody was there to record it. So
nice.
Good for Matt. Took one for the team. He really did.
Hopefully I'm not fucking up any proprietary stuff there. Breaking any rules.
Not on my end.
All right, cool. Well, I'll trust that that's about as safe as it gets. miniBar, recordBar still okay after pandemic? Lemonade Park's going okay?
Yeah, we're hanging in there. Just trying to get back at it. I mean, hopefully there's no slipbacks with this Delta variant.
Yeah.
Making everybody a little nervous. I'm trying to, convince people to try to be safer, but
yeah, Kansas and Missouri aren't doing real well in that category, unfortunately. I think the Metro's doing okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Columbia, it's probably not big enough to have hit here yet, but yeah, it will. Well, I mean, I know that the variant's around, definitely is. What they're going to do about it and what they're going to do with policies, I have no idea.
Right.
No idea.
No idea here either.
It kind of stinks. We're all vaxxed up, man. We're ready to go.
Yeah. Right.
Now I'm, biting nails again. So what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
I got tickets to shows and stuff starting this fall. So you got any irons in the fire music-wise then?
I actually just got back from a little short tour up to Chicago and back with the band Slights.
All right.
We had some really, really fun shows. It was fun getting out there and seeing, talking to other club owners too and seeing how they're dealing with stuff, and got to see a bunch of people I haven't seen in quite a while. It was really turned people onto the Slights, and it went really well.
Yeah.
We were out with the String and Return and this band from LA called Idaho.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right on.
So keeping busy with that, and we're got a record almost ready to be recorded.
Right on.
Slights is Matthew Donahue's project. He was in Doris Henson, if you remember them.
I don't.
No.
They actually, on Wes, the partner at Lemonade Park, he was the drummer in Doris Henson. They put a record out on DeSoto, which is that band Jawbox's label. We're talking back in early 2000, so seven or 8 or something. I can't remember when it was, to be honest.
So kind of in that Jawbox vein?
No, it's quite a bit different. It's very unique.
Okay.
His songwriting is very unique, and his stylistically is very creative. Play bass for him, and it's really. I joined for their last record release. Like they had a bass player that lived in San Francisco, and the record was finally coming out, and they asked if I would play bass for him to do the record release, and I said sure. I just kind of fell in love with the material, and we kept playing, and brought my friend Alex in to play guitar, lead guitar, and there's a whole new batch of songs ready to be recorded, and COVID hit, and we kind of had downtime, and then Matthew broke his wrist, and he's all repaired now, and we got to do that little tour. Kind of came out of the blue. Felt good. So
yeah, I'll bet. But people we're talking to, everybody that gets to play, it just seems like such a weight lifted to be able to do that.
Last night I played bass for Dan Jones and the Squids, another project I'm in. It's a completely different type of band, but We opened for Cretan 66 out at the Woodyard Barbecue.
Woodyard, okay.
It was a blast. Felt like, I mean, we were outside, but I felt like I was at Davies 1996.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it just was like, it was really fun.
Oh, I'm hoping Davies comes back as it was. Still worried about that.
Have you heard any word?
Just what I've seen on Facebook, and yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything from Michelle's mouth, so I kind of defer to saying anything that I've heard, you know?
Yeah. Kind of leave well enough alone.
Yeah.
Let them put the pieces back together.
Yeah. So you're probably best known, I'd say, for Season to Risk.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that band was around for, I mean, we actually are playing some shows here coming up. But yeah, the band was around the longest and definitely sold the most records of anything I ever did. And
a lot of incarnations there.
Yeah, we kind of had a revolving door policy. Still do, kind of.
Yeah. We had Josh Newton was on a while back.
Oh, nice.
And
Billy Smith's been on.
Billy Smith was on.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, those are the two revolving bass players right there.
Yeah, both good guys. We really like them.
Oh yeah, they're my favorite people.
Well, they had good things to say about you too.
Josh and I did a project a couple of years ago called Sie lieben Maschinen. I don't know if he talked about that.
I don't think so.
But it's a really fun record we put out. I don't know what year it was. It's probably 5 years ago now.
Is that available anywhere we can check it out?
Bandcamp digitally.
Okay.
It was only released on cassette tape, and it sold out. And
nice.
Mm.
Yeah, it's Sie lieben Maschinen. I don't know. They love machines, or she loves machines, or I love machines. I can't remember how it is.
Right.
So it was a Josh project that he did he did it when he was on tour doing roadie work. He would just record stuff into his Bandcamp, and then he had this guy. Oh gosh, I don't have the names. He's in Kowloon Wall City, who Season Risk is actually going to open for in October down in Texas for the No Coast Fest. But that he took the Bandcamp recordings and re-mic'd them and sent them out into the studio through big amps and re-recorded all the digital tracks Josh had made. And then he found a couple drummers to learn all the drum machine parts. And then re-recorded that. And then I went in with Dwayne Trower and recorded vocals for it. And none of us were ever in the same room. And
that's crazy.
Turned out pretty great. Like it's kind of in the Season Risk vein, a little more weirder, a little kind of spazzy, and also some weird synthesizers. And
yeah,
it's a really fun project.
Wonder if was there any, kind of craft work influence or like synthy stuff going on with the name anyway.
Yeah, it was a little more like a Six Finger Satellite vein, where it was a little more spazzy and sizzly, with like some pretty evil guitars. There's a lot of Birthday Party in it too, I'd say. But we're not afraid to wear our influences on our sleeves.
I don't see a problem with that.
No, I don't either.
I kind of like that when people do.
Yeah, absolutely. Or even taking the time to do cover bands on top of their bands. Yeah, I dig that. Absolutely. But man, you are busy. That's a lot of shit you got going on.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
So how did you meld music and, being part owner in a club eventually? What was drive behind that? Did you see money getting made on the back end, or?
Oh, no, by no means. No. Definitely not. No, just something, as you're doing it, we had put a couple major label records out and we were kind of making a living doing it. And then that went away and we independent records and kept touring, but then you got to work jobs and then you're kind of like, well,
right.
How long can I do it? And apparently I can do it forever. But,
yep.
But at a younger age, I was kind of like, well, I should have a backup plan. And, I'd always thought I wanted to have a bar, like a little neighborhood bar is what the plan was. Something really more like miniBar, and without a stage, no music. And Sean Sherrill, my business partner, we'd talk about it all the time and just kind of got to a point where it's like, we should do this.
Yeah.
And we were looking around for property and couldn't find anything. And then out of the blue, the guys that own Malloy Brothers heard that we had been talking, and they called us and said, we want to get out of this business over here in Westport. And we'd like to sell it to you. And I was young and naive and probably gave them too much money. And, but we did it and it got it kicked, as I jump started into it. And it was just we really weren't planning on having a lot of live music there. And we didn't really have much of a PA. We did Katrina had just hit, and a friend of ours from New Orleans wanted to put together a benefit. And so we had some bands, and the thing went over crazy good. And then Jackie Becker from Up to 11 in Lawrence, she hit me up randomly about she needed a venue for The National.
Oh, yeah.
This band, The National,
Yeah.
who I'd heard of, but I wasn't that familiar with yet. And she's like, "Oh, I don't have a place in Lawrence to do it. I'd like to try it in Kansas City. Like, can we use your room?" And I'm like, "Sure." And they came, they only played to like 30 people. Nobody knew who they were then, but it just kind of like our head kind of got more wrapped around. And to be honest, we kind of inherited Bob Walkenhorst and friends. Like Bob was from the Rainmakers, and they had already been playing there every Wednesday, doing this matinee dinner show at the Malloy Brothers. And they were like, "Are we getting fired?" I'm like, "No, you guys, bring a nice crowd. It's fun stuff.
Free
house band. Let's keep doing it." And so we did it for, they moved downtown with us. Their crowd parking was kind of a nightmare for their crowd. And we just kind of, it didn't do as well downtown, and the vibe was just different. So I think did they do it for the first year or two? And we finally just, Bob wanted to go a little different direction, I guess, and kind of change things up. Been doing it for, 15 years every Wednesday or something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we miss them, but all of that helped us go, yeah, maybe we could become more of a venue. And then the help from Mammoth and Jeff Fortier, they just started bringing us cool stuff. And then people I knew from the industry started calling me, and it kind of became a full-fledged venue,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool one, man. It's really nice. Like, I always impressed by how nice it is there. Even the bathrooms.
We try to keep them nice. It could be a challenge.
I know.
And the food's good, man.
Yeah, the food is a casualty right now. I don't know if it's coming back. It's like it was the hard. I mean, we're very proud of our recipe and our staff, but all our staff kind of had to go get other jobs, and it's impossible to find people. And I think when it moved downtown, it became way more of a venue than a club, And it just I'm kind of, I'm going to put it out here, trying to put it out lately, but we're kind of in search of someone that wants to do a ghost kitchen or a pop-up or just pretty much, we've got all the equipment, we've got the storage, we've got the space. We don't want to run and manage a restaurant. We want to focus on the venue.
Right.
What was it? I ordered the brisket nachos. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. That was a newer item. Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I think, Ha Ha Tonka. I think the last show they did there.
They're coming back. We're going to do that. I need to get it announced this week. I think they're going to do their annual night before Thanksgiving again. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I saw that they had announced like a couple of other shows. So I assumed that Record Bar was coming.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. We're close with those guys. Really good guys.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yep.
Then the next night, John and I were at Pigface.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That show was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty insane.
Fun show. Who else did I catch there? I caught the Orwells there. That was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really dig that bar. It's nice.
Thank you.
It's nice. Like you're saying, it doesn't have to be a dive to be cool. And it's not too glitzy for me. It's still pretty rock and roll. So
yeah,
I like it.
We dialed it down. The club that was in there before us, the landlord, I probably shouldn't go too deep into how that happened.
Right.
I don't want to talk trash on the previous owners. I don't know them, but the guys that had the nightclub in there, the dance club. But I can't describe what it looked like when we came in to take over the space, and it was very Miami cocaine. It was white couches and white neon wavy stuff, and there was a fish tank with a moray eel in it. Right? It's very bizarre. Like I was like that landlord. I was like, yeah, I don't see it. I don't know if this is the right spot for us. He's like, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
He convinced us to make it happen, but we definitely had to de-Miami it.
Yeah. D Montana, the building. Yeah.
Yeah.
And get all Tony's furniture out of there. Yeah, that's funny.
You didn't keep the eel?
The eel tried to commit suicide multiple times. Apparently, is what I've heard. It would jump like it didn't like the bass and from the DJ music, and it would jump out of its tank.
Oh no!
Wow.
On the ground. Yeah, that'd be something to explain to insurance. Somebody got bit by a moray eel. Escaped from a tank in your club. I don't know if you'd be covered for that.
Yeah.
Doubt it.
No.
That's funny. I can see it, though. I could see it having those bones. Looks different now, though. Oh, absolutely. What other big shows you got coming up there? You talked about tonight. You talked about Tonka coming back.
Did I see you got Will Whitmore coming up?
Yeah.
Yep, that's selling really fast. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but there's so much. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah,
everybody's going on tour. We're booked well into next year, and
right on.
We're announcing so many shows next spring right now, and a lot of the European bands are trying to get back, and kind of hard to keep up right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of talked about this like leading up to when things start to clear up. Clubs are gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to like try and make space for everyone? I'm sure you'd feel almost like guilty, like, I'd love to have more room for everyone that wants to come. But
yeah. Oh yeah. I've had to say no to more than I've ever had in my life in the last 6 months. And it's tough, but like, it's just how, kind of how it is. But
kind of a bittersweet thing.
Yeah. I hope we have enough people to fill all the shows, and I hope people have the finances to attend them,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's a big thing I'm seeing. It's like, holy shit, if I went to every show that I was invited to this weekend, how many hundreds of dollars would that be? Because everybody's playing. I feel bad for the ones that I miss. And just through this whole pandemic, I've been like, yeah, man, as soon as you guys hit the stage, I'm there. And it's like, why did you all hit the stage the same weekend? That's been really hard to keep up with. Yeah, still buying merch, still buying Final Turn Up. But man, I'm glad to hear that for you. I'm glad to hear that you're booked. You're going to stay busy. That's good. At least pulling out of this.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm knocking on wood.
Yeah. Where's that?
What was the artist you were telling me about?
Harry Parch.
Harry Parch, man. That's some crazy ass shit.
Yeah, it's just really amazing.
Oh, I got to check this out.
Yeah, you really need to check it out. I don't even know how to describe it.
He was an avant-garde American composer. I don't know when he started, in the late 40s, I suppose, or early 50s. I can't remember. And when did he pass away? In the early 90s? I don't know. But
very experimental, especially for his time.
Yeah, he invented his own scale, and his all his instruments were very. He invented all his instruments, and he had spoken word along with it, and really unique tones. Tom Waits utilizes some of his instruments sometimes, and you hear some of his stuff out there.
Right on. Yeah, I'll check it out.
But I had just recently purchased, when you had asked the question, I just had recently purchased a piece of vinyl that had his stuff.
Oh, nice. It's different. It's cool. But I definitely have really been fascinated with him.
Yeah, I tried to follow your email string between each other. What did you mention about Pokey Lafarge?
One of you guys mentioned him, and then it was just weird that coincidentally the same day, a friend of mine had just posted a story about this project they did with, I can't remember now. Pokey was like I don't know, his grip or his helper on this film project he did. That's all. It was just coincidence. That's all. The only reason I mentioned it.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny, though, when somebody's got an album dropping or something, just how much more they come up in the woodwork. And not just with press, but just that they're around. But yeah, he's going to be coming here to Columbia pretty soon. I think October. I like to catch that show.
Nice.
Yeah. I like his sound a lot. Kind of grew up close to where I did.
Yeah.
In Northern Illinois, in that area.
Are you originally from the KC area?
I've been here since 7th grade. So I was born in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, and then my dad's family was from here. When he went to Vietnam, we lived with my grandparents out in Peculiar. Mm-hmm. Then we moved when he survived and started his career. We lived in Raytown for a little bit, and then we were in Chicago for a long time, and then we went to Texas for a while, and then by middle school, I was up in Liberty. That's where I graduated high school.
Okay. Where were you in Texas?
Plano, teen suicide capital of America that year. I remember correctly.
Oh, shit. My wife's from Lubbock. So I got to live in Lubbock for a year, and that was enough.
Yeah, I played Lubbock once, and if I remember correctly, there's a lot of stockyards there, right?
Yeah.
I just remember the whole town smelled like
Poop.
manure.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, does it always smell like this? And they were like, yep.
It sure does. And there's no foliage to kind of block that smell. It just blows right over.
Yeah. I remember being a really fun hardcore show though. Like everybody was like circle pit thrashing, and it was pretty fun. A fun night, if I remember correctly. A long time ago.
I think the more conservative towns tend to get a little bit more crazy when you bring them that kind of atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely see that more in the Midwest and more repressed areas. So you moved to Kansas City, say 7th grade. Been here ever since.
Yeah.
Did you take off for a while at all?
No, I went to Warrensburg for a year for college, and then I transferred to UMKC, and I moved down to Midtown, and I lived actually we lived down in the River Market for a while when no one lived down there in this crazy art loft with the Seasoned Risk guys. Really, when we first started, we all lived together, and then we spent a summer in Chicago recording a record, and we spent a long summer in New York recording a record. And we always kind of talked about moving places, but we really realized living right here in the center was so easy for the kind of touring we were doing, and it was so affordable and easy to like go do half the country, come back for a month, go do the other half the country, come back for a month,
Yeah, you can split it both ways.
And then shoot up and down I-35, between Minneapolis to Austin, and just we kept really busy for like 7 years,
Yeah.
I've always wondered why Kansas City wasn't a little bit more of a hub than it's been. It seems like a natural place for it.
I feel like in the 90s, there definitely was a Minneapolis to Austin, KC, like a lot of these local and regional bands just would go up and down and share shows. And I don't know if I see that as much.
Yeah. I could see that in the 90s too, in the Quad Cities and up in that area.
Yeah.
There were a lot more shows coming through, a lot more shows than there are now.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just, it's a lot of 80s hair metal bands and stuff that are coming out of the woodwork and trying to cash in once in a while, but not nothing like there used to be. Just major touring acts coming through that area, Davenport and all the way up to Minneapolis. And
never played Davenport in years and years and years of touring. Never played anywhere in the Quad Cities until Radkey. I'm involved with this project called Drop a Grand, and Radkey invited us to come out and play that little unique raccoon something, whatever it's called.
I don't know. I've been there for so many years. Yeah.
It's super, like the guy that owns it had started, oh shoot, I'm going to get it wrong. He had that Day Trotter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know that name. Yeah.
It's like online bands come out there and they do a live performance. Tons of huge bands have done it, and they record them and film it and release it. If I have my information correct, he started that, and then he ended up selling that to, I don't know, some magazine, some actual print magazine.
Nice
company. And he
good for him.
Started that little bar there, and it's super cool. It's called the I can't remember right, but it's a raccoon in the name. It's a funny, weird name. Radkey is awesome. I love him.
Yeah. Well, they got a pretty sweet gig coming up.
Oh yeah. recordBar on Wednesday.
Yeah. I work overnights because I really wanted to come to that, but I can't manage it. But man, yeah, we're looking forward to that. Going to see him with the Foos. I've already got my nosebleed tickets.
Nice.
But it's going to be fun.
Nice.
My kid's first big show. He's like a huge Foo Fighters fan.
Nice.
We haven't told him what's happening. He's 11. He's been learning the drums. So Dave Grohl's everything. We're just telling him, we're going to see this local band. So he's used to that with me.
Right.
So he won't think anything about it.
Just going to roll his eyes. Yeah.
Let him figure out, oh my God. Yeah. Oh, Dad's dragging me to another show I don't want to go to.
Yeah. And then he's going to fall in love with the local band that's opening, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping he will.
Yeah, he should. We need to schedule something with him too. We were going to have him on the show, but then
I think they got busy.
Yeah, they just exploded right at that point.
Yeah, I'm meeting them tomorrow for doing some kind of promo thing for, I don't even know. They're getting a van donated to tour in, and they're doing some social media stuff or filming. I don't know.
Well, tell them we said hi.
Yes.
They probably don't even remember us.
Yeah.
And what an awesome experience it was being on this podcast.
It was amazing. It's the most fun I've had this morning.
Yeah. And it's afternoon.
It's almost 4.
Yep. You got loading to do.
Actually, I don't have to be there for loading. I got people.
You got people. Right. You've got to that point. Shit, man. I used to DJ and I am so over lugging gear.
Yeah. It's fun to help somebody like once.
I got real good at the reverse coil, though. Yeah. That was my big...
I still suck at it. I'm always asking the sound guys, like, do you want it to go this way? Or what is it? I was helping Buzz do that last night after we had a little honky-tonk show at Record Bar last night.
Cool. Well, you got anything like you're wanting to promote right now that we haven't gone over? I don't want to miss anything.
The one thing that I feel like we've had a hard time, we do films down at Lemonade Park on Wednesdays. And every Wednesday there's a different, how do I explain it? The first Wednesday of the month is local filmmakers.
Oh, cool.
Or some kind of local connection to the film. The second one is what we call fan favorites. The third one is always music or documentaries or live concerts. And the fourth one is cult pictures, which I'm kind of a movie nerd. And some of the events, we do special things for. So we have Midsummer coming up, that strange horror film that came out a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah. The A24 film. Yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so trippy and weird. We're going to set up the tables like the feast, and for a special, we serve really good food out there. It comes out of Voltaire, and we're going to have, for a special extra ticket, you can be part of the feast, and it's going to be kind of trippy and interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to get a bear costume.
Totally, we were talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking Twin Peaks.
So yeah, Twin Peaks, that's another one we're doing. Fire Walk with Me in September, and a project I'm involved with called Men of Men. We're going to do a whole David Lynch set before the film starts. But music from all of his movies. So there'll be like the Men of Men kind of, it's half guys in the jazz world and half like rock dudes. And it's a cover band, but we kind of play really obscure stuff. And every set is almost 90% new material that we've never played. And we've played Iron Maiden. We've played Tom Waits, done the Wall of Voodoo.
That's pretty broad. Yeah.
We've done Irma Thomas, and we've done a bunch of the Adage of the Battle of Many stuff, and it's a while, like kind of curate it. Like I call them like fake soundtracks, and they're just like, so that's kind of how it flows. We usually play the Ship a couple times a year. It's a really fun project, but we're going to do a David Lynch set before that in September. And then the other one we haven't announced yet, but I'm involved with that David Bowie tribute, the band that fell to earth.
Oh, nice.
That we do. We do that every year around his birthday, and it sells out every time we do it. We do now. The last couple of times we were able to do it, we did 2 nights, and I think this year we're going to do 3.
Nice.
But the band is killer. It's there's 13 of us in the project, and 9 of the performers are women, and they kind of own it. So they just seriously own it. It's so fun playing with them. And we're gonna show The Man Who Fell to Earth, the film Bowie starred in. If you've ever seen that, strange film.
Yeah, strange movie.
We're gonna do a set on August 25th, opening for that, a short set.
Nice. Yeah, we were gonna come to that 2-3 years ago, my wife and I, and then I can't remember, something happened where we just had to bail on the last minute.
It's January.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I was really disappointed because I was looking forward to going to that one.
It'll happen again this year, and I think we're going to do 3 nights.
Awesome.
It's such a fun project. I mean, there's the full band, like there's a core band that's Katie Guillen, Michelle Bacon, Stephanie Williams, Alex Alexander, Kyle Dahlquist. And then we have 2 main singers. I'm one, and Nathan Corsi's the other. And so he kind of does all the kind of glammier, higher vocal stuff, and I do the lower, croonier stuff.
Nice.
And then that's the group that'll probably perform at Lemonade Park. But then we have backup singers and percussionists and a saxophonist and some string players, and I could name everybody, but I'll probably fail and forget somebody and feel embarrassed. So I'll just skip like half of the band.
That's a lot of parts. Yeah,
it is.
But then we also always have guest singers that we bring in for each set that we do 2 sets a night, and we'll have like 2 different people, guest singers that will do some new material. So we've had Julia Hale, who just destroyed, oh man, that song, not just destroyed in a good way, Life on Mars one year. Oh man, I'd love to hear her record a version of that. It was so good.
Should hit up Chris Connolly.
Yeah.
See if he'll come back into KC. Have you heard his stuff?
Yeah, I know he does one.
Yeah.
He does one in Chicago. He does a very similar event every year. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great show.
Yeah, we had him on. I didn't know that he lived in KC for a while.
Yeah, he was married to, I don't know if they were married, but to my friend Siam Meeks years and years ago.
Okay. Yeah, he lived around the block from where I was living.
I feel like they were married, but I don't know. But yeah, it was trippy back in the day seeing him walking around. Is that who I think it is? Yeah.
Yeah. He's in Westport.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no idea, and I'm from up by Chicago. Yeah. Always thought he was just around there. Didn't know he lived in KC at all. Yeah, but those sound fun as hell, man.
Yeah, they really do.
And each one's going to have a screening of the film, too.
Each of the ones I mentioned. So, yeah.
Yeah.
When we do it in January, we don't. We have Steve Gardell's do this really cool video show that chops up a bunch of his videos and imagery that projects behind us and adds to the show. It's a big production. We have a really good time with it.
Right on. Yeah, those sound like a lot of fun. I'd like to check out that Midsummer event. I don't know. I have a hard time getting people on board with me with that movie for some reason.
You love it or hate it.
Yeah, you do.
My wife was like, "What did you just bring me to? Like, what was that?"
Oh, baby, yeah.
Yeah.
She enjoyed it though. She's open-minded.
Cool. Yeah. I love when they can do, when somebody can pull off horror with colors and, like the bright imagery that they had and everything, like, don't rely on like shadows and darkness too much or obscuring things.
Yeah, it was wild.
Thought it was really well done.
Yeah, definitely a creative new vision.
Nice.
Yeah. What's that director's name? I can't think of it.
Ari Aster?
Ari Aster. That's it. He did a couple more. Like, wasn't he the guy who did Hereditary?
Yep.
Also, A24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's another one. You love it or hate it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Didn't do what I thought it was going to do, so it was cool.
Yeah. I liked it. But I didn't hear a lot of the hype around it, though, either. So I just kind of caught it off chance. And then I heard that it got hyped up like a lot the next week or something like that and started to blow up. And then that's when people get disappointed.
Yeah.
It doesn't meet the reviews. Matt, you got questions? We're just yammering about movies.
That's kind of what we do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, mutual friends, good music. I mean, that's kind of what we're interested in. So I've been enjoying the conversation. Hopefully you're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I know you probably need us to wrap it up before too long.
Yeah, I've got a few things I need to do, but talking's easy for me. I can talk for hours.
Right.
Well, we're going to have to hang out maybe we'll hang out with Tim sometime. He can educate us both.
Yeah, just hit me up if you're coming to a show or something. Let me know.
Yeah.
So we can meet in person.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be coming to something soon.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check out and look up those movie events. And
yeah.
I just love anything that can do that, combine film and music.
Yeah, this coming, well, I guess it won't matter. This will be afterwards, but this Wednesday we're showing The Last Waltz.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have a performance on it. We tried to get Madison Ward, but he wasn't available. So just going to show the film. And right now it gets dark so late, it's kind of hard to get it going,
Yeah.
I'm picturing that would have been really cool with Madison Ward.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He's great.
Huh.
Speaking of film buffs, he knows his movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny how many musicians we've known that are really big movie buffs.
Yeah. Speaking of, music and movies, I'll help pitch a couple things.
Uh-huh.
I was talking about the Slights earlier, and Doris Henson.
Right.
Matthew Donahue, he directed a feature a couple years ago. He shot some of it at miniBar and got released right at the beginning of the pandemic. He did get to go to it's a horror film, some horror fest over in Norway, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he submitted, to a bunch of film stuff, but then he just couldn't. But it's called Wretch, and it's out there, and it's definitely worth checking out if you like David Lynch or even the Ari Aster stuff. It's worth checking out.
Cool.
It's an independent film, and he did it on a budget, but I think he did an amazing job.
Huh. WRETCH.
Yeah.
Wretch.
Okay.
If you search for it, there's another Wretch that came out that year too. So you got to look for Matthew Donahue.
All right.
Good to know.
I will do that.
It's pretty trippy. It's kind of a slow burn. It kind of like you get into it, and then it kind of just keeps ramping up, and then you're just kind of sucked into this world. They're like, what is happening?
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, I love movies. Love horror movies, especially.
And then the other film, if you like horror films, that I wanted to pitch, the night before the Chiefs Super Bowl parade, they shot a big scene for the stylist at recordBar. They shot in there for a couple days, but they were there all night the night before the parade. I remember, and they converted the whole. It was really amazing what they did. And this film is by and I'm gonna butcher her last name. I always do. Jill Gavarzian. Sorry, Jill.
That's okay. There's a reason I let you say your name. I'm just like, am I going to say Tulipana?
Yeah. They're all appropriate. When you have a name like that, you just kind of like, yep.
Right. Go along with it.
But it was called The Stylist, and it's been doing really well at festivals and stuff. And it was all shot in Kansas City, and it looks beautiful. It's done really well.
Stylist. Okay.
The Stylist. Yeah.
Cool.
Right on.
But I think they're both on. Hers might be on Shudder now.
Okay, I've got that.
His is on. I think you can find it on Amazon or Hulu.
I've got those. Yeah, man, I'll check them out for sure.
Yeah,
doing a lot of watching movies.
Yeah, I think a lot of us caught up on some film over the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's not much time right now for me to do it, but I still kind of try to see at least a film a week. So.
Yeah, it's nice to do. I have to wait for my entire family to go to bed because none of them want to watch the shit I want to watch.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty much me. I watch it late at night. I get home, and I've been kind of slowly moving my way through all of the Oscar winners and going way back and trying to watch different stuff.
See anything good this last week?
Last week I did that tour, so I didn't watch any films.
All right. Yeah. Right. What was the random thing that I watched there? That Bomb City. It was kind of interesting. Kind of about the punk scene in Texas. Where was it in Texas?
Houston?
Amarillo.
Huh. No, I haven't heard of this.
Yeah. And about like this kid that got killed. And it's like based on a true story. Locals not liking the punks and turning into a brawl, someone getting killed. That was kind of interesting.
I have to check it out. Look for it.
Yeah. I was thinking about watching that Paul McCartney, Rick Rubin thing today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's out now.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet.
Summer of Soul is the one I got to watch. People keep talking to me about.
Yes, I did catch that. It was great. So unbelievable that a festival like that just got swept up under the rug for so many years. But yeah, it was good. It was very good. Shows, I mean, The Heist, caught that this week. That was pretty good. Netflix series about people like getting away with, or almost getting away with stealing millions and millions of dollars worth of shit.
Nice.
Yeah, regular Joes pull off these big heists. It was entertaining. It's well shot, I thought.
Nice.
Check that out.
Yep.
That you can break up in little pieces.
I went through the Man of the High Tower series. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I got it started. I haven't finished it though.
Philip K. Dick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another acquaintance, Moline. Eric Moline's a big Philip K. Dick fan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And air guitar.
Yes.
Dude, that guy is kind of crazy, man. He's multi-talented.
He's famous for it. He was a world champion.
I know. We had him on and talked about that. That was Rich Yargis he was on with for that one.
Yeah. Truck Stop Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've hosted the regional semifinals several times at recordBar, and it's always a blast.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. I want to go to that. That would be fun.
It's so fun. I've been a judge couple times, and it's just we have so much fun.
How do you really judge that? That just always seems baffling to me. Like, oh wow.
Well, they give you some pointers, like this is how you're supposed to judge, and there's different. One of the big categories is airness. How much airness did they have?
Right.
It's really fun.
But I really liked his whole story of how he just came up with his own tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, a tune that was designed for playing air guitar too. Essentially, wrote his own music instead of doing somebody else's.
He had a TED Talk about it.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
Smart move.
Also a big movie fan.
Yeah. I know he moved to California. Is he a critic out there? Does he have a gig doing what he did here?
I think he's got a website.
Yeah, from what I remember.
He's a busy guy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He always finds stuff to do.
We were supposed to have an Ultimate Fake Book show reunion, big deal, last, whatever, it was in the November after the pandemic. We thought it was going to happen, and nope. So and then I was like, this year? Nope, not going to happen now.
Yeah.
Everything's booked.
Yeah, we talked to them right after their record came out, and that was kind of part of the disappointment, was not getting to work out some of that stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You're okay. On that note,
bring the energy. bring the energy.
Yeah. We had
power.
I did so I played with the Squids early yesterday we were out the wood yard, and then from there had to settle up the Lemonade Park show, and then I had to go to recordBar and help out there, and then we closed that down around 1, and then we went to the miniBar and we closed that down at 3, and then had a friend visiting, and we sat on the deck till 4 and then today. So that's hence my yawning. It's not you guys.
No, you're good. You're good. We were up kind of late last night too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Talking to some friends in California. Seal Party. That's a project to watch that should be hitting soon.
Yeah,
so they're pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with Griddle from back in the 90s. Of course, that's when they were together.
Or Bay Band.
Yeah, Bay Area group.
Name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll send you a link.
Chris McGrew runs Wally's Hideout out there, studio in San Francisco. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. But yeah, I talked to them for quite a while. But yeah, you got to show your face tonight at least, don't you?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I gotta get down there by like 7. So.
All right. Well, Steve, thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we don't want to keep you too long.
I hope it was interesting enough, and
yeah, it's good, man. I appreciate it, and look forward to hanging out sometime, getting to see you in person, catching some shows.
Indeed,
absolutely.
Yeah, hit me up and let me know when you're coming.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right, man. Well, have a good evening. Thanks, everybody. You've been listening to Undetermined, the podcast with special guest Steve Tulipana.
Yes,
I'm just going to say it really fast.
Perfect.
Tulipana.
Nailed it.
recordBar, Kansas City, and Season to Risk.
Right.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.
All right, Steve Tilapia, everyone.
Got me. Cheers. Take it easy.